Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Just into our newsroom, brand new information from the Roseville Police Department about the person hit by a car on I-94 around 2 p.m. today. We now know that person was a 25-year-old man trying to flee from police after allegedly stealing from a nearby convenience store, but apparently ran onto the freeway trying to escape officers, and that's when he was hit by a car. He survived, but is in critical condition at this hour. The freeway did reopen around 5:30 this evening. Our other top story at 6, 2 Nigerian men extradited to the U.S. in Grand Rapids today to face charges in a sextortion case. Both men charged in connection with the death of 17-year-old Jordan DeMay. Glad you're with us at 6. I'm Devin Skillion.
I'm Kimberly Gill. DeMay took his own life last year after he was allegedly tricked online into sending explicit photos of himself. Sean Lay in Grand Rapids with reaction from Jordan's family.
These 2 men arrested in Nigeria, extradited here to Grand Rapids. They just were before a federal judge showing no emotion here. But also, the parents of Jordan DeMay tell me they had to be in the courtroom here to see these men in person. We just spoke with them, and it was a very emotional time after this court hearing. What was it like to be in there with these guys? What was it like?
It was pretty overwhelming to sit there and see the people who last saw and spoke to my son.
The parents of Marquette 17-year-old Jordan DeMay, John DeMay and Jennifer Buda, had to be in a Grand Rapids federal courtroom to see the men who last had contact with their son before their son took his own life in March of 2022. The men are from Nigeria. They are brothers, and they are accused of contacting teens and young men on social media, posing as girls, gaining trust, and getting sexually explicit photos from their targets, and then extorting them, saying if the target doesn't pay, they make those photos public. One target, Jordan DeMay, so full of life, but in a matter of hours after he was contacted, after he sent money, he took his own life. Jordan's parents say Jordan is now saving lives as they share his story to warn others.
It's absolutely tremendous. And every fiber in my body had to just know that we're here for a purpose and let the system play out.
I hope it sets an example that the people who are engaging in this type of activity online, you can be caught.
The feds say they still have one more person in the Jordan DeMay situation to track down and arrest. They're confident they will get them. In the meantime, the 2 brothers from Nigeria being held tonight without bond. From Grand Rapids, Sean Lay, Local 4.
Hey, Sean, we appreciate your story tonight. Now, a couple of months ago, I traveled to Marquette to sit down with Jordan DeMay's parents. Jennifer and John feel it's their life-saving purpose to share his story to keep other children from becoming victims of sextortion. You can see my reports in a Local 4 Plus special called A Closer Look, the Jordan DeMay story. Check it out on anytime on our streaming app. All right, parts of southeast Michigan under flood watch as the storms move in to Metro Detroit here.
There you see a live look at Exact Track 4D radar. Great Lakes Water Authority is asking residents to be on high alert because flooding is possible. So Kim here now with a look at the latest timetable for what could be a lot of rain, Kim.
A lot of rain, as much as 2, even 3 inches in a relatively short period of time. And keep in mind, we've already had quite a bit of rain, and so the ground is quite saturated. Right now, just a couple of sprinkles through your evening commute. The heaviest rain remains out to our west, from Alma all the way down to Grand Rapids, and then also down into northern parts of Indiana. Let me just go here. So Indiana, there's Defiance, Ohio, Northwest Ohio also getting some showers and a few embedded thunderstorms. But back here in Metro Detroit, we're just dealing with light to moderate rain for about the next hour or 2. And then that heavier rain will move in sometime after about 8 o'clock tonight. How much are we getting? Well, it looks at this point like it could be quite a bit. 8 o'clock tonight, we'll just start to see those totals add up, and by midnight, we're already at a ½ an inch to over an inch in some spots. And then by tomorrow morning, for your morning commute, there could be as much as 1.5 inches of water on the roadways, and by the evening commute, as much as 2 inches, even a few pockets with 3, maybe even 3.5 inches. So flood watch is in effect from 8 o'clock tonight all the way through 4 o'clock tomorrow for anywhere you see shaded in green, including Genesee, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb, Washtenaw, and Wayne counties. You can always check the forecast in your area by going to our Forewarn Weather app. Just go to your favorite app store and type in WDIV.
Thanks, Kim. Well, it took almost a week, but tonight we know the identity of a man arrested by Farmington Hills police after a wild chase.
Yeah, last Tuesday, an electronic license plate reader picked up a stolen license plate on a new Dodge Durango. When police approached the vehicle, driver took off, jumping curbs, screaming around Middle Belt and 9 Mile Road until police could stop the vehicle. And tonight we know who is now charged in the case. Rod Maloney live at the federal courthouse downtown with a story. Rod.
Yeah, Devin, his name is Shakur Jones. This is the complaint, and it's asking for an arrest warrant. He was in federal court today, asked for a government attorney, and he also was not given bond and was okay with government detention. We'll talk about that in just a second. A Farmington Hills police scout car jumps the median at Grand River and looks to cut off the speeding stolen Durango. That collision totaled the cruiser, but the Durango, with 5 people inside, kept going, spewing auto parts along the way. Another officer, right on their bumper, does what's known as a pit maneuver and finally gets the SUV stopped.
I'm okay.
As everyone bails from the vehicle, it's here where the federal government stepped into what is otherwise a local police case. If you look closely, the man jumping from the SUV in the white hoodie is actually holding something in his right hand. Pictures from social media the federal government provided shows it's a gun, a powerful Draco 7.62 rifle without a stock. While it looks like he ditches it as he gets out, police found it hours later near a building on his path away from the Durango.
Get on the ground!
3 Farmington Hills police officers were able to chase Jones down and arrest him. In federal court today, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms sought felon in possession of a firearm charges related to this case. At the time of his arrest, he was on probation involving another stolen Stellantis vehicle July of last year. He'd pleaded guilty to 2 counts of receiving and concealing stolen property over $20,000. But police say his winter activities involved drug dealing in a warmer clime. A West Virginia grand jury earlier this year indicted Jones on conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine, cocaine base, and fentanyl.
And so now the reason he's in federal detention is that now he has to go to West Virginia, face the charges there, and then he'll have to come back here for a preliminary exam at the end of this month. Reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, all right, Rod.
A Detroit man with ties to the Mexican drug cartel is headed to prison for the next 40 to 60 years. Alexander Aceval was found guilty of conspiracy to possess with intent to deliver 1,000 grams or more of cocaine. This was back in July. The 57-year-old used a mule to help him import and distribute the cocaine driven to the States in semi-trucks from Mexico by the cartel. He was previously convicted of a similar charge in 2005, but released in 2016 after serving 11 years.
Investigators from Homeland Security, the EPA, and the National Transportation and Security Board all in Ypsilanti today looking at the debris field from yesterday's crash near the Willow Run Airport. The pilot and crew member ejected just moments before the crash during the Thunder over Michigan air show. Plane smashed into the parking lot of the Waverly on the Lake Apartment Complex in Belleville, burst into flames then, but amazingly no one on the ground was hurt.
The initial impact point to where the main wreckage came to rest by the apartment building here is about 500 feet long. So there's wreckage, smaller pieces of wreckage scattered all along that path.
Pilots were taken to a hospital as a precaution, but they have since been released. We also know Eagle is addressing the possible environmental issues caused by the spilled jet fuel, or PFAS foam, used in putting out the flames from the fire. Some neighbors on Detroit's west side say they are fed up with flooding on their street.
Apparently, the catch basins are constantly clogged, and with a flood watch in effect until Wednesday, residents are worried. Damon Fernandez is helping them take action.
Near Montgomery and Homer on Detroit's west side, some neighbors say they've been dealing with their fair share of problems.
There's a lot of us have gotten tired.
From abandoned homes to high grass and illegal dumping.
It looks like somebody drove something in, drove a car in here and dumped that. That's what it looks like to me.
But it's this flooding along the 3800 block of Montgomery.
This is real bad right here.
That several neighbors say is at the core of their frustrations.
Every time there's a big rain, we always get this flood.
Former Michigan State Rep Cynthia A. Johnson is among neighbors saying they believe the catch basins along this street are clogged. It's causing flooding, and at times, water's creeping toward their homes.
You see how the cars are already parked on the side, so it's not much that you can get around. You have to go through it, and it has messed up engine.
The flooding makes it tough for some cars to pass, and it's forcing others to track a muddy mess into their homes.
When they took the house down over here, a lot of the dirt that went down in there.
Some neighbors say they've repeatedly complained about the flooding to Detroit's water and sewer department without success.
You want to feel as if it's a priority.
We want to feel like you care about us.
So I did some checking with the city on Monday.
You know, we've been out there a couple of times.
According to Detroit Water and Sewer Director Gary Brown, crews were sent to Montgomery to clean out the sewers as recently as August 3rd.
There's some demolitions going on in the neighborhood, and it looks like there's a lot of mud and debris that's caked up on the street. So I'm going to give Ron Brundridge a call from DPW, see if we can't right away get some trucks out there and clean the street, make sure it stays clean.
And while the city works to clear the obstructions, neighbors here say this boils down to a quality of life concern, and they just want the problem fixed and soon.
Just do what you're supposed to do for the community.
And with a lot of rain expected tonight, Brown told me he wants to make sure the sewers have as much capacity as possible. Brown also told me he agrees no one wants to see water out in their streets, let alone flooding in their basements.
Yeah. So the city sent crews to the neighborhood after you made some phone calls today.
Yeah, after we made some phone calls today, but you know, neighbors I talked to said they've been making phone calls for a while. Yeah. In fact, I looked at a Google image view just before coming into the newscast tonight, and I saw that this is an issue that has been long seen on that in that area. The flooding was in those images, so neighbors say, you know, they just want the city to listen and do what's right.
Yeah.
And timely, because here
the rain is coming.
There's a big problem tonight. There's not going to be anything ready to fix it.
So
exactly.
frustrating.
Yep. Thank you.